This is Lisette coming to you again from Screenwriters Corner. And this Screenwriting Corner episode is for other aspiring screenwriters. Last year, I went to the Atlanta Pitch Summit to pitch some of my screenplays to different producers and networks and stuff like that. And there were about 20, 30 other screenwriters there. And it blew my mind that some of these screenwriters are walking around with one-page pitches that did not have their contact information on the top, you know, and it wasn't packaged to look professional. Some of the pictures were folded in half and stuff like that. So just a little pointer, the next time, if you're an aspiring screenwriter, that you go out to pitch something, make sure that you do get some of these little clear binder things and just cover your one-page pitch so nothing gets on it. It doesn't get wrinkled. Make sure that you always put your contact information on it, because if you leave the pitch with them and they take it back to their office and your contact information is not on it, how are they going to contact you? They're going to be like, okay, I got this pitch, but they didn't even put their name on it. So I don't even know who I'm supposed to contact if I like the pitch. So just make sure you get some of these little binders. They come 3 in a pack, for like $2.79. They're real cheap. And put your one-page pitch in there. Make sure you have your contact information and just keep it looking professional. The other thing that blew my mind was that out of the 30 or so aspiring screenwriters that went to this event, I was the only one that actually carried some of my screenplays with me. Like this, unhaunted. Now, you can print and bind your own screenplay. It doesn't even matter what color you bind it with. So, and I brought it just to show a producer that, I wrote the entire screenplay. I don't just have the one-page pitch. I have the entire screenplay. It's written in Final Draft software, and it looks professional. It's professionally bound by myself. I did it. And you can get script covers from www.writerstore.com. They have all different color script covers, and you can get the little things to actually, help bind your screenplay and get you a little 3-hole punch. Punch your 3 holes, bind your screenplay, make it look professional, and this is what you present to a producer when he asks, hey, give me a copy of your screenplay. You never present him with a handwritten screenplay. You have to type it out. Okay? Now, the other thing that's mind-blowing to me is that some of these aspiring screenwriters that were at the Atlanta Pitch Summit didn't know that they can register their work with the Writers Guild of America or the Copyright Office. Now, this is what an actual copyright looks like from the U.S. government. When you copyright your work, you actually get a certificate of registration. And this protects your work so nobody can steal it. And if they do use it without your permission, there's copyright infringement laws. So you can, sue them and they'll have to pay you as long as you have your copyright. But if you don't have a copyright to show that you actually wrote it, then you can't really say you actually wrote it and you can't sue anyone. The other thing, the other place where you could register your work at is the Writers Guild of America. When you register your work with them, your screenplays, your synopsises, your treatments are all protected. They send you a certificate of registration with the date on it that you registered it and the expiration date. So your stuff is protected for 10 years. And they also send you a receipt that they received your payment. So when you receive these, you know that, okay, now you can pitch your stuff, you can send your stuff out without fearing that someone is going to steal your idea because you already registered it. Now, the other tip is I bought the Hollywood Screenwriting Directory. And this book is a little bit tricky. And the reason why I say it's tricky is there's a lot of companies in here that claim that they accept screenplays from unproduced, unknown writers. But when you send your screenplay to them, you may end up getting a letter like this right here. Like this one I got from Landscape Entertainment. You know, it says, unfortunately, we cannot accept unsolicited material. But in the book, well, it's like, let me see. Let me find them in the book. I got to find them real quick. Oh, I went past it. Uh-oh. In the book for Landscape Entertainment, it clearly says, accepts query letters from unproduced, unrepresented writers. You know, it tells you the year they were established, what their focus is, which is feature films and television. So I did send them a query letter, and they, from this book, because according to the book, it says that they accept unsolicited material. But when I got the letter that said that they don't accept unsolicited material, now I'm thinking, okay, instead of me just sending out query letters blindfolded, I really have to do my research and actually start calling these companies before I send out my query letters. And they did have the phone number up here, so that was my fault that I didn't call them prior to sending, you know, the letter. So be careful when you order this book, and make sure that if the company's phone number is in the book, you call them to make sure, one, that they're still in business, because I got some back that the business is closed, address unfound, and stuff like that. So just be aware that when you order a book like this, that when you decide to send out copies of your work, just call the companies from the phone numbers that's in the directory, and make sure that they're accepting, that they're really accepting unsolicited material, because even though the book says it, it may not be true. So that's my tip to aspiring screenwriters. And that's from Lisette at Screenwriters Corner.